And here he is. The 1-2 pitch on the way. On the hands, muscle to right field. Going back on the ball is Ethier at the scoreboard. It is gone. Wow. In only his second major league game, John Baker hits one into the seats, and the Marlins lead 3-0. By the way, the Marlins lead the major leagues with 131 home runs. They have had at least one home run in 12 straight games now, and that totals 16. So for Chan Ho Park, he gives up his 8th home run of the year, and the Marlins lead 3-0. So John Baker, what a thrill for him. And the first pitch now to Josh Johnson, ball 1. Not only a home run, it's also his first major league hit, when he hit one into the right field pavilion for his first major league hit, and it was a home run. That's ball 1. So for Chan Ho now, he suddenly has struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters and 4 strikeouts in the game. Alameda, lives in Walnut Creek, went to Cal Berkeley. He's got some people here, and he goes the other way and hits it down into the left field corner. And so John Baker is into second base with a double. So in a 3-3 tie with 2 out, yes, his rooting section, go number 53, and he has just gone and done it again, a double to left. So Josh Johnson, who struck out and held last night by Paul Hoover, Baker in the second inning against Chan Ho Park hit a home run the other night. Now he gets a base hit to left field. So Baker
for 16 since making his major league debut in San Diego last week. He's playing his 5th game, and he drills one to deep right field. That goes Worth at the wall. Goodbye! John Baker's second major league home run gives the Marlins a 3-1 lead. That's doing something positive. Jumping on the first pitch from Kyle Kendrick and launching it to right. And this 3-run rally being ignited by the bottom part of the lineup, which we told you has really struggled of late. The 5 through 9 men, 0 for 16 collectively last night, hitting 167 as a group over the last 8 games going back to the start of the series in San Diego. But Jacobs hit by a pitch, Ross singles, Baker homers.
Ball 1, no strikes to the left-hand hitting catcher, John Baker. Baker today making his 5th start since coming up with the Marlins. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a line drive over. Rollins out into left center toward the gap. Home to score is Cody Ross. Baker digging for 2. Here's a throw. Head first slide. Out at second base. Victorino to Utley. Baker knocks in the run with a single. And then he is thrown out at second base. He has all 4 RBIs so far this afternoon. And the Marlins recapture the lead 4-3. For the Marlins, the leadoff hitter, John Baker.
Also a guy who came into the game 3 for 40 in his major league career against the Cubs. Base hit to center. Throw goes to third, little offline.
Continue, Maine is. He leads this game 2-0. Here's the pitch. And the ball is drilled by Baker to right field, and it's deep. It's up and away into the seats. There's a surprise, John Baker. A home run to put the Marlins on the scoreboard. Now the Mets have got to be thinking, well, maybe John Maine isn't right. But from the Marlins standpoint, all is right with John Baker. He just hit a home run into the right field seats. Marlins are on the board, 2-1 Mets. Home run number 3 for John Baker. Rookie Nolasco up the 5th inning. His 3rd big league homer. Here's the 1-1. He bunts the ball here. Third base side. Nobody there. Gets it past the pitcher. The bases are loaded on a bunt single by John Baker. Well, if the play was to keep David Wright at third, it sure worked wonders for the Marlins because he didn't charge on that bunt. It was left to the pitcher, and John Baker, with a perfectly placed bunt, got it past the pitcher. Once he did that, there was no chance for the Mets. So a bunt single moves Ross to second, Helms to third, bases are loaded, nobody out. Alfredo Amezaga, who pinch hit in the last inning, stayed in the game in center field. Bats again, struck out against Sanchez his first time up.
In Willingham, and then another rope down the right field line by Ross.
And Baker hits it well to center field, chasing Beltran back. It's over his head and rolling to the wall. Ross comes in to score. Baker pulls in at second base with the 5th hit and 3rd extra base hit of the inning. And it's 4-1 Florida. So the 7 and 8 hitters, Ross and Baker, doing major damage.
Well, an open base with the pitcher up next and a fat fastball right down the middle. And that gets over Beltran's head. And Ross scores easily. And they're touching up Pelfrey this inning.
Well, the last team to beat Mike Pelfrey were these Florida Marlins back on the 26th of May. Now more than 2 months later.
With his team down by 6-7 runs. Here's the pitch. And Baker swings, pops the ball up, and it's going to drop right between 3 of the Rockies. That's going to score Uggla along with Helms. And 2 more runs have scored, and the Marlins have a 10-1 lead. I don't know if the pitch broke the bat. Didn't sound all that good. It was just a bloop out into left center, and 3 Rockies had a shot. Holiday, Tavares, and Tulowitzki.
Next year to get the field right again.
Wow. Here comes the pitch. A swing here, and a ball blooped toward right, and that's going to be in there, and it's a base hit for John Baker. A throw from the right fielder, Brad Hopp, on toward third base. A little off target, and the pitcher over there, rather the third baseman was over there in foul ground along with the pitcher. They finally corralled that errant throw, but no damage done. Baker with a...
Hadn't been in spring training with anybody that year. The lefty sets near the letters. Runner goes, the 0-1 to Baker, swinging a fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Hopp onto the track at the wall. Goodbye, 2-1 Marlins as John Baker connects for home run number 4. So the Marlins dial long distance, as they do more frequently than any team in baseball. Number 154 on the season. The Phillies had actually caught the Marlins heading into tonight, but the Marlins get a long ball from Baker. That's now 4 home runs for him in 57 Major League at-bats.
Well, he can add the name De Los Santos to the list of Chan Ho Park, Kyle Kendrick, John Maine, and now this Ross with 8. The 1-ball pitch to Baker, line back up the middle and into center field, past the short. Marlins trying to cash in on a 2-out chance here. The 0-1 to Baker, rounded back up the middle. A diving stop by Tulowitzki. Gets up, won't have a play anyway.
Doesn't have all right-handers in this lineup. You got left-handers, right-handers. Split them up this time.
That's going to be a base hit to center field. Jacobs being held at third base, respecting the arm of Victorino.
They're asking not only because they don't know if Sanchez can go back out again. He's in the on-deck circle. Baker gets on, and he is going to get on, and he's going to probably be in scoring position as he slices this one the opposite way. Burrell plays it nicely off the wall. His throw goes to second, but Baker's in sliding. And now they have to decide if they're going to put up a pinch hitter, and they're going to. Luis Gonzalez is going to pinch hit.
Sure, they're going to take a shot right now for a long ball to cut it in half. That Baker's done a tremendous job tonight. And we talked about him earlier, what a good job he's done for Florida, but especially tonight. 3 times he's come up with 2 outs and gotten the pitcher spot out of the way.
So Sanchez's second start this season is over with, as Baker is going to be on second base with this slicing double.
Baker puts a charge into one, drives it down the right field line. It's going to get in there and roll all the way to the wall. Chasing into the corner, Ludwig, and jogging into second base with a 1-out double, the catcher, John Baker. So the Marlins have hit a couple of balls very hard here in the second inning. Now the pitcher, Sanchez, coming up. You know, you look at Cody Ross, you look at Mike Jacobs, you look at Dan Uggla, those 3 guys in particular, very streaky hitters. And when they get on a hot streak, boy, there's something to watch. When they get on a cold streak,
for them, that is shut down the opposition. 2 outs, nobody on. John Baker up. Baker doubled to the right field corner in the second inning. Cards up by a run here. Bad news for Tampa Bay yesterday. Carl Crawford injured. Line drive and a base hit to right. Baker's 2 for 2. That's hit number 5 for the Marlins off Joel Pinheiro. And Anibal Sanchez will bat. Struck out his first time. 2-out single from the catcher.
Yell right now. Actually, Mulder is, Carpenter's not. There's a ball hit slowly up the first base line. It is going to hug the line. Stay fair. Molina picks it up late. Throws to first. Not in time. Now nobody covering the plate, but at the last minute, the third baseman Gloss gets in there and holds Ross.
When I was looking at the complete games, and the game of baseball has changed so much. I mean, there's no question. Here's a line drive, base hit to right. Good at bat for John Baker. He's on for the second time, and that's hit number 2 for the Marlins. And we're not going to see numbers like that from pitchers anymore because the game has changed and bullpens have become so prominent. And
at home against the Phillies beginning August 28th. Cody Ross gets a hold of one. It's a high fly ball to left. Soriano is back. Did he get enough of it? It's up against the wall. Karam's back toward the infield. The center fielder Johnson over to field it. Cody's trying for a triple. Here's the relay throw to third, not in time. A head first dive into third base. The Marlins have their first base hit. And they've got potentially the game's first run at third base with nobody out here in the third. Soriano went all the way to the wall, so when that ball went off the wall and bounced back toward the infield, it was the center fielder Reed Johnson who had to hustle over and track it down. Soriano gave it a leap but couldn't get to it. Cody thinking 3 bases all the way. Cody Ross is 4.
Double. Wow. What a shot. That ball right into his power, down and in. And he hit it above the 421-foot sign. And 4th season of trying to become a power once again. Swinging as a shot out into Death Valley, the deepest part of the ballpark. Wind going back, and that one hits off the bricks just above the 421 sign. Ricochets towards center. Wind somehow got over. Milwaukee was beaten 5-2 by Houston. Ryan Moeller got the win over Ben Sheets. Valverde got the save. 1-1 pitch and a bloop into left. That's falling, and that's going to be in there. Base hit right along the line. Coming around third is Uggla. He scores. Heading for third is Ross, and he makes it there just ahead of the throw from the shortstop Ochoa, who went out near the Giants bullpen to finally retrieve that ball. It's a single for Baker and a run batted in. He got jammed on that one and just had a little pop-up where nobody was. Right along the left field line and into a spot that was undefended. 3-0 Florida. That is the Marlins' first earned run of the game.
I think a lot of
trust from the Giants yet in terms of his ability to handle all situations. Here's a swing and a base hit. Past the diving attempt to the shortstop Ochoa, a low liner into left field.
7 big league at bats. Now Wilson on top. The right-hander throws. Swing and a drive into deep left center field. Back into his left is Lewis. Looking up, it's gone. A 3-run homer for Baker, and this game is tied. To the left of the 382-foot marker, an opposite field home run, and John Baker has shocked this crowd with a 2-out, 3-run homer, and that is only the 3rd time this year that Brian Wilson has blown a save. A fastball on the outside, it wasn't necessarily a bad pitch, and Baker just went with it, and I guess you could say that Wilson himself provided a lot of the power. The pitch clocked at 98 miles an hour, and he just had a nice easy swing at it. He wasn't trying to hit a home run, but he hit one.
That goes on, the more opportunities a runner gets.
There's a swing and a base hit to right field. So Baker hits one through the hole for his first hit of the game. He earlier had been robbed of a hit by Velez and had hit a deep fly ball to right field for an out. This time a single to right. Johnson goes to second. So 2 men on with 1 man out, and the batter is Cantu. The big hitters are coming up now. The Giants bullpen goes to work.
Clark, he's pretty good too. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Baker, a little bleeder, and that's going to get over Drew's head into center field for a base hit to start the inning. Only the 2nd hit of the night. 2nd base runner for the Marlins.
1-0 pitch. Line down the left field line. It is going to be a fair ball. That too one-hops the wall. Uggla will score easily. Baker on his way to second, and he's got his 10th double of the year. And it's now 4-1 on the back-to-back doubles. So the first 2 hitters here in the 6th. Get the Marlins on the board, and that'll bring up Paul LaDuca now batting for Sanchez. LaDuca hitting .242 for the year with no homers, 14 RBIs. He's 5 out of 14 since.
2-2 to Baker. Line drive out toward right center. It's going to fall in for a base hit. So the tying man aboard to start inning number 7 for the Marlins. And here comes Luis Gonzalez as a pinch hitter. First 15,000 fans through the stadium gates on that Super Saturday, September 13th. Look at a Marlins tambourine, courtesy of Miccosukee Resort and Gaming. Post-game concert features Victor Manuel and Albita, plus a fireworks spectacular presented by Pollo Tropical and Univision 23. Get your tickets by calling 1-877-MARLINS or go to FloridaMarlins.com. That's the next Super Saturday, September the 13th. The Marlins, the national you'll ever see in Major League Baseball. A very unique personality, a very unique pitcher. 0-1 to Baker, grounded up the third base line. To his right, his only plays to first, and Baker's going to be safe. Wright looked at second base, no play there. Threw to first. He was moving toward the third baseline, so he's a little bit off balance. Couldn't get a lot on the throw, and Baker beats out an infield single.
Boy, once Pedro learned to harness the natural movement on his fastball back in the mid-90s, that's when his career really took off. It all came together. And now all of a sudden it's like they're looking at Eddie Goodell up there.
Yeah, they've had some injuries.
Here's a 2-2. A swing and a line drive base hit out into right center. John Baker, I said last night, he just quietly goes about doing an excellent job for the ball club. No flash, no flare, just very steady. Steady with the bat, steady behind the plate. There's 6th pitcher to go for the Mets. The pitch grounded to the right side. Through and a base hit. 3-hit game for John Baker. That'll bring Alfredo Amezaga to the plate. Pedro Martinez's game to win. Scott Olson's game to lose. That's a second 3-hit game for John.
Looks like an aerobics class out there in the Braves bullpen.
Baker now hitting .283. The pitch, and Baker swings and hits the ball out toward right center. It's a base hit. That'll bring Cody Ross up.
Coming in. That's the highest his average has been at any point since coming up from AAA. He's 11 for his last 27, hitting .407 in his last 10 games. He's lifted his average 41 points in that stretch. 1-2 pitch goes the other way, and he grounds one fair down the third base line. Chasing near the bullpen, the left fielder Brandon Jones. Baker digging for a double, and he'll slide in safely. Off the end of the bat, just barely kept that ball fair. The third base umpire, Chad Fairchild, had to leap up into the air to get out of the way of it. And when he finally hit the ground, he signaled fair ball. Hugged the line all the way. So the Marlins, who were befuddled by Charlie Morton Thursday night in Atlanta, have come out swinging against them tonight. 3 runs on 3 hits already. A couple of doubles and a home run. All 3 hits for extra bases.
Delivers to Baker. Baker swings and hits a ball out into left center, and that's going to drop in. Coming around third hard is Ross. He'd be held up right there. Base hit for Baker, his second hit of the night. First and third for the Marlins. Baker again going the other way. Fighting off that pitch and slicing a single out into left field.
Somehow I don't think this one ends 14-13 though. Pitch to Baker, bouncing ball, base hit right field. Shot it past the second baseman Johnson. Up to second base goes Gonzalez. So John Baker has his third 3-hit game of the season.